Hold hands and then we'll watch the sunrise from the bottom of Nick's ample belly.
I'm so scared.
Dude, look at that fucking thing.
Yeah.
You're getting in potato shape.
Potato shape?
Spuds cephalo.
Pear.
Watch what the hell was that? From
I'm
the
listening to
bottom of
us on this thing. Okay. Just one more second. Recording. What the fuck?
Did you record that? Play that back.
It's already recording. We're a minute in.
The show started?
Yes.
Oh.
I'm setting everything up, alright?
Dude, you don't hit record till we're ready to go.
I think that's brilliant that you did, because we're going to have that as the first thing I hear. I'm going to love it. I can't wait to listen on the way home. Tonight I can't sleep. I'm tossing and turning.
All right, let's go. Where's the intro?
Welcome to the Weekend Watercooler.
Well, we are so proud of ourselves. What? Can you roll that again?
Welcome to the Weekend Watercooler.
Ooh, very sexy.
Little James Earl Jones-ish.
Well, we are back. It is the Weekend Watercooler. My name is Kevin Smith. I'm here along with
Sean Francis Delaney III.
And Nick.
Nick Spuds Cephalo.
Spuds McGee.
Nick Idaho Potato Cephalo.
Nick Yukon Gold Cephalo.
Nick Fresh to Five Guys Daily Cephalo.
Can't beat that one. He's even got sawdust on his shoes. Well, we are back. We have sort of a truncated cast today. Our good fens. Go Fens.
Hey,
Cuba.
here's a Freudian slip.
Hey. Oh, boy. Well, anyway, our good friends, the Belmonte brothers, that sounds like something out of a friggin' movie, couldn't join us tonight. So, unfortunately, no bees tonight. No Belmontes, no beards. And Jeff's is probably taking out a life insurance policy at this point.
And I don't know what we're going to do without the Doritos in the background this
I know,
week.
without munchies. Oh, they're back. Excellent. But taking the place this week of Jeff's beard is Sean's hair, which literally the Denver Broncos called Peyton Manning wants his helmet back. Look at that friggin' thing.
You know what's sad? That's like Picasso making fun of his painting, though. You cut my hair.
I know. I think we left it a little too long on top, though.
Yeah,
I think,
you're probably right.
That's
Nick
good.
said it best. That is Robin Thicke.
I was expecting some cold weather, and it's been warm.
He's got his winter hat on.
Winter coat.
50's the mic.
Oh, geez. 50's the mic. 50's the mic. Well, today is October 18th, 2014. This is our fourth show.
So, third.
This is our fourth show,
show.
technically.
Yeah.
Fourth show, but really the third official show, we'll say, right?
Sure.
Wasn't our first show kind of a test show? And obviously, if you are listening to us right now, I mean, it's kind of silly to give this out because...
Nobody's listening.
But let's say you downloaded this. We are available on iTunes at this point, Nick?
No, not yet.
What are
We're
you...
working on that.
Okay, when you say we're working on it, let's talk about that right now. What does that mean?
So you need a website with an area to hold all of the podcasts physically. So you need the space, and then iTunes will pull from that.
Oh, so they set up a link to pull, and then they post it.
You don't download directly from
So instead of saying we'll probably have it next week, just say in the future it's coming.
Right. Well, again, I think that'll up our listenership from 1 to maybe 3 people.
Yeah.
Once we're available on iTunes.
That's tripling the audience right there, buddy.
That's if you went in and said you were going to triple somebody's profits, they'd take it.
Absolutely.
That website, www.weekendwatercooler is what we're working on right now. So I'm assuming once we get that up and running, we'll be able to post the shows and iTunes will be able to pull from it.
It'll all be done, fall like dominoes after that.
And it's Weekend Water Cooler, not coolers. Right?
Did I say coolers?
No, I was just...
Weekend Water Cooler, all
Perfect.
One word.
The awesome. Weekend Water Cooler. Well, again, all right. Well,
.org.
.net. Scotty Doon. So last time when we left you, we kind of got off on some ISIS topics and my favorite thing, Ebola, or otherwise known as Ebola. All right, relax, Helmet. I was joking.
Ebola.
Helmet Craig from frickin' Germany over here.
Al Qaeda.
That was Dougie. That wasn't me.
That was you too.
I didn't say Al Qaeda.
That's what you originally said was Al Qaeda.
Did I?
Yeah.
But I asked.
Yeah, and then they go, no, it's Al Qaeda. I said, no, it's Al Qaeda.
They think it's a sandwich at Wendy's. So, I mean, come on. How do you expect?
Yeah, I'm gonna get the number 9, the Al Qaeda with the large Coke,
and the side of a bolo fries.
I was like Jimmy the Greek right there.
What is fun? Ragging on them when they're here or not here?
I don't know, but they're not listening.
Well, you know what? Seeing as they're not here, it's free game to rain on them.
Jeff told me a story when we were on break last time that I have to share with you guys because it was brilliant in its simplicity. Mm-hmm. He tells me, just so the listeners know, when we take breaks, we go outside, right? Because a few of us partake of tobacco habits, correct? So we were outside, and Jeff's pulling on his vapor pipe. He looks like something like Ali Kadesh out of like the Arabian Nights with his stupid vapor thing. And he says to me, he goes, "Oh, I'm sore." And he's pulling at his hamstrings and shit. And I'm like, "What are you sore from?" He says, "I went on a hike today with the wife." And I said, A, that's pathetic if you're sore from walking, all right? And 2, I said, "You went on a hike with your wife. Where'd you go?" And he said, "Oh, we just went up into the woods and I stopped listening. But then he said, "Yeah, I brought my shotgun with me." And then my ears perked up again. And I said, "Wait a minute, you're in a fucking trail in Massachusetts with a loaded shotgun." And he said, "Yeah, oh yeah, Jeff, that's perfectly normal." I said, "Did you hide it in your beard or somewhere?" He goes, "No, I just carried it." I said, "Is that legal?" He goes, "Absolutely." He goes, "It's small game season." Okay. And I said, "What is small game? Like rabbits and shit?"
Kids?
He goes, "Yeah, I know." And he goes, "No, you could shoot squirrels and no one will bother you." And I said, Jeff, so you took your fucking shotgun, on a hike in the woods in Massachusetts with your wife to shoot fucking squirrels?
Well, I want to know, what did he tell her to get her to go? There's no way he's like, "Hey, honey, let's go on a hike. I'm going to bring my shotgun. May or may not partake in shooting some squirrels."
I think it was actually her idea, but I think he had to convince her to take the gun.
Well, is she a hiker? I haven't met her. Well, I met her, but I mean, I don't know her.
I understood if he said, "Do you want to go on a hike?" I'm agreeing with you. I don't think he brought up the whole shotgun squirrel scenario that could take place a quarter mile into the hike.
Well, I want you to picture for a second walking in the woods.
I can picture it.
In a trail. No, but picture coming upon a man, I got you, with a beard, who looks like Jeff, 5'2" by 5'2", with a shotgun slung over his fucking shoulder. I mean, would you not be freaked out?
Yeah.
Just a little
I'd
bit.
be like, where did that Aborigine Greek come from?
Hey, what's George Stephanopoulos doing up here on his vacation?
Hey, there's Littlefoot.
Yeah, when I'm hunting, my beard gets so big it has balls. Excellent work, Dick.
Oh, my God.
Oh, well, that's the best part. Now, you come upon him, the visual is one thing, and then he starts talking. "Hey! Yeah, I'm out here hunting squirrels." I mean, what the fuck?
My picture.
Fucking little Squatch. Oh, that's brilliant.
Anyways, I'm sorry. I had to relate that silliness to you because it was just, I told Sean, Nick, afterwards, I said, Jeff told me this story, and only Jeff could tell you a story of that nature. Am I correct?
Yeah.
I mean,
and have that, like, straight face that nothing was wrong.
That was completely normal to take your shotgun on a hike in the woods to hunt squirrels. You know? And who the fuck hunts squirrels? Do people actually hunt squirrels?
I think they do, other than Duck Dynasty.
No. Well,
I don't know.
Hey, is Duck Dynasty over?
I hope.
Is that 15 minutes up?
I think so.
It must be, because I was in Marshall's the other day and they had all the Duck Dynasty shirts on the clearance rack.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So
I think it still is. It's still a big following.
It is.
My dad watches it.
Yeah, I've watched it a couple times.
A lot of Iranians watch it, but
it's funny to watch. I mean, the younger girl is on what's the Dancing with the Stars. I think this season.
Now, is she considered a semi-star because?
Well, she's a star because of that show, but she's a very good-looking girl. She's like 17 or 18. But she is
police.
She is a smoke show.
Is she really?
Pedo alert! Pedo alert!
Do you have? What's the name?
She's like country smoking. You mean? Or she's smoking?
She's a pretty girl.
Okay.
She's a very pretty girl.
Now, is she real country though?
Well, yeah. I mean, she's from that family.
Let me ask it a different way. Is she hot until she talks? And then you're like, ooh.
Well, she's got a southern draw to her, no doubt about that. But I wouldn't say she's not back country now.
Okay, that's.
I don't think so. I don't know.
How about I show you and then you can judge for yourself?
Yeah,
okay. Can you turn the monitor, or do I need to lean?
I certainly can. I need to find a good picture.
You know what I'm saying? You know that there's certain women that are pretty smoking, and then they open their mouth and like, I don't know.
So I think obviously, I think some of their fame is gonna.
We're just going to pull that. Oh, really?
Redirect notice. That's not good.
Yeah, it's definitely not a good one.
She's a pretty girl.
Yeah, she's not movie star pretty, but she's all right.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? She's not...
Sorry, she's not a 10.
I was just saying, she's a beautiful girl,
she
so
is.
I think
Absolutely.
She'll segue into fame some way or another, like modeling career.
Yeah.
Obviously... Getting on Dancing with the Stars, everybody, that's a huge following.
Well,
I don't understand why, but it is.
Think about fame today. What do you
all
you really need a
seconds.
talent anymore to be famous? You really don't.
Not at all.
Right?
No.
So who started that?
Who started what?
Well, I know the answer, but who do you think started that fame for not just being famous? Someone being famous.
MTV?
Right. Through what?
Through a show.
What show?
Show?
Come on, guys. It's easy. It's probably still on.
Well, is it The Real World, I'm
yes,
assuming?
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which I don't know if that's still on, but I know that's the longest running reality show on TV.
Well, think about it, though. If you go back to the reality show and where it really, and there were reality shows before that. PBS, in fact, did one in the 70s called The American Family.
Oh,
and
really?
they filmed this family,
But who from the Real World's become famous, I guess is the question.
Wow. Okay. So
there's that fame while they're on the show, but it doesn't segue into anything.
Sure it does. Eric. The kid Eric on the very first
Eric.
season.
Do you know Eric?
Pull up Eric, Real World Season 1. You'll know who he is.
This is Eric, according to your dad. So he's famous now from the
Real World New Orleans?
No, Real World 1.
Oh.
Real World 1. There was a kid on it named Eric. He was a pretty good-looking kid.
Incarnate.
Oh, New York.
Yes, but he got a TV show. He actually became like an MTV host. And
okay.
Do you remember this kid?
No, I don't. But he was on.
That's what I'm saying.
Yes, he was the guy who did Singled Out. MTV Singled Out.
That's correct. Yes.
With
so there's example A, and he was from
the first one was in '92. That's crazy.
What? Is it really that old? Huh?
Yeah.
Real World? Yeah, Real World's old. Yeah.
So again, that Eric guy was the guy who kind of came. There was I don't know if, and you're right. There's a lot of stars on the show while they're on, like Puck. Do you remember Puck?
Oh, I
that
remember
crazy
Puck.
Bastard?
Yes.
Pedro.
Actually, Puck, I want to say went on Survivor afterwards.
There you go.
So I mean, and I get what you say. They do the whole has-been shows. VH1's known for that.
Yeah, right.
The reunion shows,
the rehab addicts and stuff.
And we all love it, right?
Well, yeah, of course. Yeah. But that's America for you, right?
One of my favorite shows was The Surreal World. Do you remember that show?
No.
Nope. Oh my God! Yeah, you loved that show.
Well, it was great. They took like Ron Jeremy,
yes,
and put Ron Jeremy in a room with the guy
Gary
who played
Coleman.
Peter Brady.
So do you remember Surreal? It was really the real world with kind of has-been celebrities.
Former stars, correct. Brigitte Nielsen was on it.
Oh, my God, Brigitte
and
Nielsen.
she... And that's how Flavor Flav was on that show. That relaunched his career, and then all of a sudden he's having a roast. I mean, this guy wasn't.
Right.
This guy hasn't been relevant in a long time. You know what I mean?
Relevant?
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be relevant?
Relevant. I'm tired, dude.
Boy,
Sorry.
Jesus.
What did I say?
Relevant.
Oh, relevant. Yeah, that's a word.
Step into
So what?
my office. Why? Because you're fucking fired.
Good usage again. So you
true.
raised your hand. You were excited about something.
So, I today I walk into the house and Lauren's got Lifetime on.
Okay.
I'm like, oh, she loves her Lifetime movies. Which I don't know if your wives watch Lifetime movies.
They all do.
They literally, it's the worst acting in the world.
Yeah, they're terrible.
It's the back end of actors, right? So. Turns out I see Rachel McAdams, and I go, "Oh, Rachel McAdams, what is she doing on Lifetime?"
Who's Rachel McAdams now?
Rachel McAdams is from the Mean Girls, the
Gotcha.
movie you love with the hot chick,
Wedding Crashers.
Wedding Crashers.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
Beautiful
I'm
girl.
like, what's this?
With fucked
and
up
Lauren
hair.
goes, "You don't know what this is?" And I go, "No." She goes, "This is The Notebook," and I'm like, "Oh God." She's like, "You never seen?" I was like, "No, I've never seen it." So I'm sitting down. And all of a sudden, Rachel McAdams' friggin' shirt comes off. Bare tits hanging out.
Boobakai?
On Lifetime.
Wait a minute. You
and
sure?
I stop. I go, Lauren. I go, what? I go, this is on Lifetime, right? And she goes, yeah. I go, pause that. Rewind it. Bare tit. I'm like, you've got to be kidding me.
Wait a minute.
So when did basic, and I know that's not basic cable, but I was always under the impression that unless it was on, the movie channels or any kind of...
Back up. Stop.
Yes.
Curious. And I know Nick's looking it up. Are we talking side boob?
Side boob. But full nipple.
But profile nipple.
Does it matter?
It does.
Really?
Yeah. It does.
I always picture Lifetime in the same as like a TBS, a TNT, an FX. Because I know FX of any of the basic cable.
Yep.
I wouldn't.
Can you
I don't even know how to categorize cable.
Can you
anymore.
see your areola?
Yes. Yes.
Clearly defined.
I replayed it 4 times to convince myself that that's what I'm seeing.
Are you sure it wasn't a button on the shirt?
I wish we could have a call in right now because Lauren could confirm for me.
Wow, really?
Yes.
Okay, so let's talk about it for a second. Beside and Nick's trying to look it up because I'd really like to get a look at this. And would that be considered a nip slip? Maybe.
Well, no. He ripped her shirt off, and then the next part is she jumps up on him, wraps her legs around him, and then he's carrying her into the next room, but she's laid back, and I mean it's
right there.
It's full on. I mean,
how was it?
So it was nice, but I just couldn't believe that Lifetime showed that in the middle of the day.
Why?
So I don't know
broadcast TV shows bums all the time.
What?
Broadcast
remember
TV
we
shows
saw Robin
bums.
Williams' bum
On what?
the other week?
That was on the internet, Nick. I could find a
I think
lot
that
worse on the
that was
internet.
in your dream, buddy. What are you talking about?
No, we found Robin Williams full frontal, remember? But that was on the internet. I mean, yeah. No, what I'm saying is, and again, I really, because there's so many channels on cable TV now, that I don't know how to categorize anything anymore. It used to be basic cable, and then you had your premium channels.
Right.
To be honest with you, I don't even know what a premium channel is anymore because you have the old timers, the HBOs, the Showtimes, but now you have IFC and HD TV, Movie Net, and Spike Movie. So where is that? And again, I'm not complaining. I'm more or less just curious now. Is the FCC backing off on stuff? Because
is this the?
I think actually anything on cable.
Is that the picture?
There it is, right there. That's it. That's it.
There's one even, and that's one of the other parts. But there's one where he hasn't put her down yet. Right before that, where he's carrying her into the right. If you go right a little bit above that,
what
to the
page
right,
is this?
To the right,
like Rachel McAdams boob
right
show.
There you go. The one you just had. I mean, that's
the other one was even more graphic. The other one was
that's a still frame, but think about it in HD. It's pretty.
Nick, go second from the bottom on the far left, second from the top. Sorry. Nope.
What?
Who's it? Second from left. There you go. Sorry. What's going on there?
They're having sex in an abandoned farm.
They have
something like
inties.
that.
But that's pretty graphic, too. So that was in the movie, too?
Yes, but that's not showing it. Like, I've seen FX get away with stuff like that, even on, like, Rescue Me, which is one of my favorite shows, right? So Rescue Me, at the time, and again, at the time, is really,
right.
6-7 years ago. But I remember being like, wow, FX is really, really pushing the envelope.
What is that, Nick?
But it's a GIF.
From what, though? Is that her?
I don't know. It's from Wedding Crashers? No. It's from a movie.
Yeah, that's not Wedding Crashers.
I'm not liking those panties very much.
But either way, I guess I just had to bring that up because I was shell-shocked when I saw that on Lifetime.
Funny, that you bring up that movie, because the other night I went to bed, I come upstairs, and the minute I walked in the room, I heard it, and I knew what it was, and I'm...
Oh, so you've seen it before?
Well, here's the sad part. I sat through probably an hour of that movie and didn't see that scene. I missed that. Which would have been one redeeming factor of the movie.
I think I came in, there was about 15 minutes left in the movie. Yeah. So that was towards the end when they I'm assuming, get reunited. So.
Well, it's funny, nudity in movies, right? Because, again, I know men are pigs and shit like that, right? But take a movie like Cider House Rules.
Oh, my God. I know exactly what
you're going. I know. We've talked about this before. But that's a great movie. I think that's a great movie.
But you're looking forward to that part.
And then throwing that icing on the cake. Charlize there. And it's very sexy. It's not just nudity for nudity's sake.
No, she's laying on a bed. She's got her perfect little bum hanging out. And, I mean, there's nothing more to be said.
But honestly.
And the director knew that.
But isn't it beautiful how they posed her? It's almost a pose of it's really like looking at a woman's body and saying, man, what a beautiful...
You're talking about this scene right
Yeah, but you got to get a little south of it. But do you see what I'm saying? She kind of got the Marilyn Monroe hairdo going.
Absolutely, yep.
The way her hands are tucked, and it's just...
And again, men are pigs, right?
But that's not a piggy scene.
No, but listen to me for a second. Mm-hmm. So when you're watching a movie as a guy, I don't know, maybe I can just speak for myself, but it's so much more sexier when you get to know the person in the movie, and they play a role, and then they slip a little nudity in there.
Oh,
it just makes it that much better.
Well,
because there's a story behind it. You feel like you know her.
Well, again,
it's not just throwing in a porn and
think about there's a movie with 3 chicks in it, right? There's the main chick, and then there's her two floozy girlfriends. You always see the floozy girlfriends right off the bat. And all you're waiting for...
You just aged yourself with the word floozy.
I know, sorry. That old dame.
You want to go steady?
That car's cherry.
I guess my point was, you usually the 2 floozies, you see their bods, boobs, whatever, right off the bat. But all you really are waiting to see is the main... That's the one, because they're making you wait to see it. Yeah, and that's the beauty of it, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, and sometimes you do, sometimes you don't.
Yep.
But my point on that is, not only is that a good movie, but they stepped it up a notch because, A, it's not a piggy scene. It's not, hey, let's show some boob and some bum to show it. It's, let's look at this woman who is the epitome of what a beautiful body should look like and put it in an artful display with nice light. And it's beautiful, and it's her bum is just magnificent. Am I correct?
I like it.
Nick, do you know the scene?
I actually haven't seen this movie.
Okay, so now you should go see it.
It's a very good movie.
Yeah, little Tobey Maguire, little Paul Rudd.
What happened to
Paul
Tobey
Rudd?
Maguire?
He's not a good actor.
I would argue that you would feel differently after this movie.
I think Spider-Man really killed his...
Well, you're talking about Spider-Man. I understand that, but
yeah, but
saying
think
Tobey
of all the
Maguire's
movies he's
had a
been
lot.
in before Spider-Man, and then look at the ones after it. It's like Seabiscuit and...
I never saw Seabiscuit, actually, but...
Well, he probably has enough money now that he doesn't have to do any acting if he doesn't want to.
Yeah, I mean...
But you know, a lot of these flakes, after they get big, they make their money. Now they just pick projects to work on, and maybe he got too picky. I don't know. Think about it. Where does Tobey Maguire, outside of Spider-Man, and outside of this, where he was kind of playing a milquetoast, kind of wimpy, Cider House Rules, kind of a wimpy, milquetoast, kind of wishy-washy orphan, and even in Spider-Man, that's what kind of, I think, people drew to that casting, was that he was kind of an everyman, right?
Not just an everyman, but a wimpy everyday man.
Right. Well, most men are wimpy. Most men are pretty much wimps, right? And I think they could relate to Tobey Maguire. And But again, I guess my real point to that was, where do you go after Tobey Maguire? What is that?
Yeah.
It's Nicolas Cage finally turns down a role.
Oh my God, you love that cartoon.
It's hysterical.
I think it's
so
hysterical. And
it's so
perfect.
to the point.
Yeah.
Of Nicolas Cage.
Have you seen Get Inside the Cage yet? No. You have to see Get Inside the Cage.
Is it a Nicolas Cage movie?
No, it's Andy Samberg imitating Nicolas Cage.
Oh my God!
And it's and he does this segment called In the Cage. So they have a star come on with him, and he just talks about why was I not in that movie, and it's fucking
he's literally got to put himself in everything. It's unbelievable.
Oh, it's awful. He was in. Do you know what his first movie was?
Oh, no.
Maybe his
first movie.
His first starring role. Let me say it that way. And again, you know,
Con Air. Maybe
you know why he's in the movie business, right? His
uncle or something.
His real name is Coppola.
Yeah.
So Francis Ford Coppola was the biggest, director in the 70s. Godfather, stuff. I mean, the guy was a big cheese. Right. But he changed his name. His first movie he was in was Valley Girl, which was a horrible 80s movie, but it was huge. And I just watched it probably 2 weeks ago. In the first scene, they're on the beach. Nicolas Cage is such a hairy fuck, okay, even then, that they have shaved his shoulders, his back, and on his chest, it's awful. It's a V. I wish you could pull it up. Nicolas Cage on the beach, Valley Girl. He literally has shaved his chest into a V. And it's supposed to look natural.
Yeah. It's literally the third option.
All right.
It looks like Jeff's chest hair.
But that is shaved because Nicolas Cage is such a gross, hairy fuck.
Oh, my God.
Do you see it?
Yeah. Oh, boy.
Yeah, it's bad.
It looks like Jeff.
Well, Jeff wishes he had pecs like that. But
it looks like a UFO.
I mean, he's not even a good-looking man. I mean...
why? Where?
Why wasn't I in that movie?
Oh, look at... Jesus.
Oh, you see what I'm saying?
He's an ugly bastard.
He's an ugly fuck. He looks like a fucking clown.
He's got your eyebrow.
He's got your hair.
Dude, de-waxed him right here. Fucking hurt.
I bet.
Yeah. And then they looked a little too sculpted.
Yeah.
It wasn't that good. It was...
At least the river can flow again.
That's right. We opened up we cracked the dam, and we're back open. Well, since we're talking about movies, I'm going to talk about two movies that I actually saw. Rowan had his birthday party. He got a couple... two people bought him AMC gift cards.
Oh, my God. I remember when I was down this week. He had like $50 worth of AMC cards.
Yes. So he's like, Dad, you want to go to the movies? My treat.
Is he going to save one for The Hobbit?
He knows that we'll go see The Hobbit anyway. So last week we went to see Dracula Untamed.
Ooh, how was that?
It was the only thing there to see, so I wasn't that thrilled. I fucking loved it.
Yeah?
Yeah, it was good. Definitely a franchise.
Are you giving too much away with that?
No, I guess my point is that Universal owns all those monsters. Dracula, Frankenstein, all that.
They
so
do?
You're gonna, Universal. Here's the big news, though, because I went to look up a review of it, and you know how the internet takes you. You start at fucking Red, and you end up in Sin City, right? Uh-oh.
Ooh, we have a little...
Are you unplugging?
Did you hear that? Sorry.
Yes.
My bad.
My big news for the week is that Universal also owns Godzilla, and it owns King Kong. And in 2016, there's a King Kong movie coming out. They're doing Skull Island. So they're doing literally an origin story of King Kong.
Didn't they do that with the Jack Black one, though?
No, that was a remake of King Kong. So this is like before that happens. But I guess the bigger news out of that is there's talk that they're actually going to do a King Kong versus Godzilla because they own both at some point, 2017, which for you guys probably isn't that exciting. If Jeff was here, he'd probably be drooling into his beard.
Sounds like Freddy vs. Jason to me.
I was just going to say that sounds like a Freddy vs. Jason.
There's already a King Kong versus Godzilla. You're aware of that, right?
Is there really?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Is it Japanese, though?
It's Japanese.
Yeah.
It was done in, 68, I think, and it's bad. But as a kid, I loved it. Gojira. Anyone who's a Godzilla fan would call in right now and go, that's pretty good, Kev. I fucking nailed that.
I'll just ask my family.
But more importantly, last night I went to see Fury, which is the new Brad Pitt movie, war movie.
Yes. World War II movie.
Fucking awesome.
That was good.
You know who was incredible in this movie? And I fucking hate him. I'm sure you guys do, too. Shia LaBeouf.
Oh,
I don't mind Shia LaBeouf.
Dude, he's fucking awesome in this movie.
He? Yeah.
He's so good, and it's understated. It's not like he's over the top, and it was like, oh my god. The other thing I'll say is that Brad Pitt has a really close crew cut in this thing, and I noticed he has like tiny gorilla ears.
Does he?
Have you ever noticed how tiny gorilla ears are? Because their heads are huge and they have tiny ears.
Yeah.
Brad Pitt has gorilla ears.
Really?
Yeah.
So I wish that's why he's always had the long flocks.
You got it. Pull up a
Okay.
picture of him, Fury, and take a look at his tiny little. I don't know how he fucking hears anything.
Which is sad because it's like you're Brad Pitt.
Dude, get better ears.
But honestly, he's Brad Pitt.
Yeah, so
He could still get any woman he ever wanted.
absolutely.
Any woman he ever wanted.
Not if they have an ear fetish, because there's.
I don't have the statistics on women and ear fetishes.
Dude,
I don't get
but
it.
I think most
it looks
girls
like a
that-
normal ear.
no,
to me.
you got to get a different picture.
I mean, I can see it.
It's tiny.
It's not the entire ear. It's the top lobe that Kev's focused
They're
on.
little fellas. They're just
Yeah.
little guys.
Yeah.
You know, an ear's got to have a certain amount of space to capture the sound. That's what your
Yeah.
ears are designed to do, right? To capture sound and put it into your fucking ear canal.
But
I don't know how he hears a fucking
he
thing.
just needs a little Bose inner ear.
He'll never be a Bose spokeswoman.
Yeah.
Oh, what is this? Fucking huge ears? Yeah, that's definitely not Brad Pitt.
Yeah.
No, can you tell who that is, though?
No, Steve Carell?
By
Who is
that
it?
picture now.
It's Ben Stiller.
Oh, that makes sense.
You know, I
He
was-
does have huge ears.
Big
I was
Dumbo.
just thinking about Ben Stiller the other day. He hasn't been in anything in a while. Where's he
No,
been?
he directs a lot now, though.
Oh, he's important.
Well, yeah, he's that's. I'm not defending it. I'm just saying that he's done a lot of directing recently.
Funny you should say that, because I noticed there's a new movie coming out. I saw the trailer, and it looks like a real fucking serious movie, and how I forget it. Nick, look this up. Directed by, are you ready for this? Angelina Jolie.
Here we go.
Here we fucking go. Look it up, because it looked like it was like a serious attempt type movie.
Oh no.
Yeah.
And she's got a fucked up mind too. So it's
She's director or producer?
Director.
By the Sea
No.
or Unbroken? It's the only two she has coming out.
I think it's Unbroken. When's that coming out? Unbroken.
It's completed, so it should be coming out.
Yes, it's Unbroken. Unbroken's and it looks like it's a very
There's a trailer for it.
Can we watch the trailer?
yeah.
You want to watch?
Let's
2 minutes
watch
of a trailer.
You know what?
Yeah, let's
Before
watch-
you watch the trailer, this is a true story. This guy's still alive too. He was an Olympic runner, a war hero. So
Are you sharing the screen?
What?
is this people can see this if they're watching?
Yeah, hold on, motherfuckers.
Can we show the trailer just to us?
All right, we're good.
All right, fire it up, Trick. This is gonna be loud.
You think so? Coming soon
No.
to a theater near you.
No, you remember?
Angelina in Firebush.
In a world where Sean's
What the
hair.
fuck is this, Con Air?
Oh, watch. It'll go down, dude.
The light will always follow darkness.
I love trailer music.
There's nothing better. There's really nothing better.
Where's the guy going? In a world where Nick's head is smaller than his belly.
I liked this better the first time when it was called Forrest Gump.
No. No, he's fun. Well, this guy was a true Olympic champion. This is a true story.
Pop does. Ma does. I do.
So is he forced to fight in World War I?
World War II.
World War II?
He's still alive.
It's worth a lifetime of glory.
They get fucking shot down. This scene's scary right here.
We're gonna die out here.
Oh no, that's not it. That's pretty scary.
Oh, is this about the guys that were left at sea for 65 days or something like that?
They were, but then they go into a internment camp. You go into a Japanese camp, and they fuck this guy up. They know he's an Olympic champion, so they fuck with him.
This is your Louis talking. I am now interned in a Tokyo prisoner of war camp. I can't say this. What it says about America, it's not true.
This man must be taught respect. Each prisoner will teach him this lesson.
I really wanted to tear this apart, but I kind of want to see it.
It's awesome. I've talked to a couple people who've read the book, and they said it's incredible.
If you get me through this, I swear.
This guy had to fight off fucking sharks and shit.
So it is based off that story where
I don't know how long they were stranded
at sea for a long time, and they kept saying, "Don't drink the water, don't drink the water." But they, some of them kept drinking the water and then die.
Yeah,
obviously from dehydration.
Yeah, for those of you who ever get stranded at sea, don't drink the fucking water. Right. Salt water will kill you quick.
Right, but tell somebody that 3 days of sitting in the water. It's like...
Agreed.
You can drink a little bit.
Microphone.
A little bit.
Microphone.
No.
No, you can't. It kills you.
You can drink a little bit. Ask Survivor.
No, but Nick...
Survivor Man.
Okay, but picture being at sea for 3 days in the stifing heat where you're already dehydrated.
You have to distill it, Nick.
Saltier.
It just dehydrates.
I didn't say you could drink a freaking gallon of it. If it's in a pinch, you can drink a cup of seawater.
No, you can't.
You certainly can. You probably get sick, though.
Dude, then why the fuck would you drink it? That's what I'm saying. It'll kill you.
It's in a pinch.
In a pinch, it
in
does
an
nothing for you.
extreme survival situation.
Absolutely incorrect. Google that right now. Because I'm telling you right now, you take one sip of that, you're dead.
Oh, well, you're not dead if you take one sip of it, but...
It's going to...
It's hurting you more than help you.
Yes.
I agree with that, but I don't think one sip's...
I've
drank frickin' seawater before when I've eaten shit coming in from...
Yeah, we've all...
From wakeboarding or whatever.
Just eating a wave.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't drink it, man. It does you no good.
Man, you can't drink that.
Man. What? Oh, my God. What's that sound like? Man. Crazy, man.
Yeah. You can drink it. You'll just eventually die of dehydration as you become thirstier.
Yeah.
And this is from the National Ocean Service.
Yeah. Okay, stop.
But what I'm saying is
what
you guys
are you saying?
You're having a stupid argument.
No, he's saying you can drink it. Yeah, I can physically drink it. It's going to hasten my death. It's going to make me die quicker. It's going to dehydrate.
Bottom line is you're not going to die from it right away, but it's not helping you to drink seawater.
That's not the bottom line. It's going
to
hasten your death.
Okay.
Or your dehydration.
Your dehydration. I wouldn't say death, but dehydration. Right. Because it all depends on the situation you're in.
Can you drink salt water with potatoes?
I think you can. Because then they come saturated Lay's potatoes.
Ooh. Off the top of your head, Nick, favorite potato chip, go.
Doritos.
Munchos.
Doritos, not a potato chip. That's a corn chip.
Potato chip?
Yeah.
Probably Ruffles.
Okay.
Munchos, even though they're fake.
Really?
Really? You like the Munchos? Wise, original, plain.
I that's
know,
my dad.
They're
so greasy.
Cape Cod russet.
Dad was a great man.
I hate the russets.
Yeah, you like those?
Cape Cod russets.
Have you had these new braided chips?
See, if we're going to go into that category, just down like the Cape Cod alley, I would say sea salt and vinegar
Is Cape Cod
russet's good? Yeah.
What's that style that Cape Cod makes though? That crispy
kettle
cooked. Yes, right, Nick. I don't like those in general.
Really?
Yeah,
I think they taste better than any other
I do
chip.
Too. I love it. Well, because it's funny. As the older I get, I become more like my mom. And whenever she used to eat potato chips when I was a kid, she'd always search out for the dark ones.
Really?
Always would search out for the dark ones. And I'm like, you have potato chips in front of you. Just go to fucking town on them. And she would literally dig through to find the dark ones. And I find myself more, as I get older, that's why I love the russet chips.
And there's so many choices nowadays. And to be honest with you, in a pinch, I'll eat any fucking chip.
Yeah.
When I have a sandwich, I like the change up that a chip provides. Do you know what I'm saying? Like you're eating the sandwich. You need a change up there to go back to the sandwich.
But you're going salty to salty, though. What's the change up really? Just crunchy to a different texture kind of switch?
I guess.
I got so excited today because I had chicken salad for lunch at home. And I remembered I had bought a bag of the mini bags of potato chips from work. And I'm like, ooh, little Lay's coming home. And whack that down with a chicken salad.
Dude, my favorite thing during...
Nom, 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 nom.
One of my favorite things during soccer season, and just to clarify, I'm not playing my kids' hours after the games on Saturday mornings.
I appreciate the clarification.
Well, some people nobody who's listening might confuse the fact that I'm playing, but we always go to Farmland and D gets fresh cold cuts, fresh bread, fresh bag of chips.
Nice.
When I was a kid, I used to love going to get a sub.
Yeah.
And I hated when my dad would come home with deli meats and you have to make your own sandwich.
Yeah.
I'm like...
But you like it now.
But I would prefer that any day of the week now, to have a line of deli meats and fresh bread, and for me to go to town and make a personal Shawno.
Yep.
There's nothing better in this world.
And for those of you who've never seen
I'm
a Shawno...
fat.
Those of you who've never seen a Shawno, it's roughly the size of a small bookcase.
Oh, so true.
Dude, you know, it's funny. I miss doing that at your house. Remember we'd have a project and we'd be like, let's go by your mom's, or we're doing something at your mom's.
Dags.
Let's hit Dags, dude.
Freaking take Dags.
We wouldn't get a lick of work done. It would be like, okay, we'll do Dags and then we'll get to work.
Yeah.
And we'd lay it out and your mom would be like, I don't want any.
Wait, where are you going? Well, what do they have there? Oh, I guess I'll try an Italian with blah, 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 blah. My mom eats a fucking sub. Like, I don't know if anybody ever saw Coneheads when Chris Farley goes out on the date and she takes the subway.
Chris Farley was in Coneheads?
Oh, yeah.
I didn't know
he
that.
dated the daughter, and she
I
takes
never
the
saw
Subway
it.
sandwich and
The
goes, blah, 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 blah. Literally a $5 fucking footlong to the face in 2 seconds. That's my mom with a sandwich. Ooh, that was actually good.
Oh, yeah, big surprise. You've been going to Dags for 25
exactly.
years. That's
She
good stuff.
is closet hot dog eating contest.
Classic stuff. Well, we had the benefit of having a Thursday night game this week.
Yes.
So we got to watch the Patriots prior to a podcast this week. And obviously a victory, last-minute victory. And do you guys remember, let me start the conversation on the Patriots by saying, go ahead, what are you going to do?
It's okay. Just keep going there.
You guys are like a couple bitches talking about
I was going to have them start the ESPN music that we play every time.
What we were doing before, trying to get all these things together so they're ready on cue.
Well, again, I'm sorry, I might have gone off script there, but last year, do you remember how the Patriots lost to the Jets?
Do I remember how they lost to the Jets last year?
Season.
Yes.
Okay, how? You should be laughing if you truly remember, because I called you and made a comment and we were pissing ourselves.
My God.
Baby Huey.
Just by a field goal?
Oh, my God, that's right. The poor bastard Chris Jones in the middle.
How did they win
on a
this
bullshit
year?
play.
How did they win this year?
Chris Jones. But did you hear about the controversy that came out of it? Have you heard about
this?
this?
The referee
I did.
pushed him.
Earlier in the game, they did the same thing for the Jets. The same thing on the Jets. He slapped him over. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
They do that all the time. You ever see the wide receiver come up to the line of scrimmage and they look like this and then they check off? Do you know who they're doing that to? The ref. They're saying, am I lined up properly?
Right, but and that's asking when a receiver asks, "Am I on sides?" And he says, "Yes." I've actually never seen an official physically move a player before.
They did it earlier in the game to a Jets player.
Maybe you're right. I've never seen that before, and it's funny. I didn't notice it at the time because you're focused on the field goal.
Right.
But afterwards, when that came out, I rewatched. I said, "Holy shit, he did move
What's
him."
the controversy though that he put Chris Jones in a position to make?
No, it wasn't
play?
Chris Jones. It was Dante Hightower. Jamie
Hightower.
Collins coming through the middle.
Yeah,
and he was lined up over the center, which is illegal. The ref grabbed him and moved him to the side.
Right.
So the argument would be if he didn't move him, that would have been a penalty, getting them 5 yards closer.
Gotcha.
He still would have missed the kick.
Well, I don't know. What was it, 58?
Neither here nor there.
That would put him 53.
We don't know.
Part of the reason...
His longest was 55, though.
Right, but I'm saying...
His longest, not like he did it earlier that game, 55, no problem.
You're right. It would have hurt, Nick. Bottom line is it would have hurt.
Yeah. But it was a clear day at clear night at Foxborough. No wind. I mean, he could have nailed it easily. He could have nailed the 58. He just didn't that time. I mean,
you know what the longest field goal ever made is?
64.
No, not in NFL.
In
longest
college?
In high school, college, or NFL.
Oh, I don't know this.
68 fucking yards.
Who? What? When? Where? Why? How?
I don't know.
The gale force wind at his back?
Because I thought the longest the longest field goals in the NFL are 3 tied at 64, and they're all in Denver.
No, this was in high school. High school kid kicked
Are you shitting me?
Okay, so that's what I thought.
Is this on film?
No. It happened, but here's why it happened. First of all, the guy never hit another fucking field goal in his career afterwards. because his coach said, "Oh, he's out distance. We have a short kicker and a long kicker," and they were never in that position. He never kicked another successful field goal. That's fucked up, right? But the year he went to college, they did away with something I didn't know they had prior to that, which was you could kick a field goal off a fucking tee.
Oh, okay.
And I didn't know that. Did you know that?
No, I mean, I didn't, but I mean, it makes sense back in the day. Sure.
How did that work, though? They hiked it and slapped it on the tee? I mean, how the fuck did that work? Right?
You have to ask a historian.
Yeah, that's true.
But the minute they took that away, this guy couldn't do it. I don't know if it was mental or if that really
What's the difference between the little thing there and then someone's finger?
Well,
it's a big difference. It's up off the ground.
Really?
Yeah, I'll give it to you right now. When we golf and you hit a ball in the middle of the fairway, would you hit the ball farther if you hit it off the fairway or teed it up and then hit it?
Depends on if I have my 5-wood.
No, what I'm saying, in general.
You're saying that little tiny bit for a football as opposed to the golf ball makes all
same idea, though.
You get the trajectory immediately. So think about the
you
field
do
goal.
get the trajectory.
I said trajectory.
That's not what I heard.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
I reckon all the biggins.
Okay, Revelant.
You got any French fried potatoes?
So thinking Nick Folk the other night, if he got to kick off of a tee, that pretty much takes the lineman out of play. He would have kicked it over them, and then it's all about where he hit it on the ball for the distance. Yeah. But he would have hit it right. I don't know. I mean, I'm just. It's obviously.
I think your analogy was spot on. It's the difference between teeing up a golf ball and not.
I guess I don't know how big a tee is.
Well, think of how far Gostkowski hits a kickoff.
Right.
I mean, that kickoff sometimes goes 75 yards, 80 yards.
He also doesn't have people bearing down on him in a kickoff, but your point is well taken.
Yeah, sure.
But your analogy was dead on.
How tall is a football tee? I guess would be my question.
Well, that thing.
I don't know.
It brings it up off the ground.
So it really is an extra 3 inches then.
Yeah.
So you're not talking about just a little bit.
No, it's not like a fucking golf tee. The thing's balancing on this little
No, but I figured it's really close to the ground, not 3 inches off the ground.
No, it's pretty good size because if you see when they do next time you watch football when there's a little bit of wind and they keep showing a close up on the tee because the ball's swinging off of it, you can see it. It sits up probably 4 inches,
sizable.
3 or 4 inches. Yeah.
Either way, it made a difference to this guy evidently. And again, I don't know if
68.
That's really
a freaking bomb.
But how do you hike it and stick it on a tee? I don't get that.
They must have not hiked it.
They had.
I mean,
yeah, maybe they didn't.
Maybe it was just a whistle blow. On whistle you go. Who knows? I mean,
hey, question for you.
It is what it is.
Touch football, right? When you played touch football as a kid, and you had 4 downs, right? And some people played 2 receptions as a first down, all that shit. Defensively, were you able to blitz?
You had to count to 6 1,000.
You had one
usually.
blitz
6
per set of downs.
Yes.
1 blitz per set. When did you have to call that blitz if you were going to do it?
Right away.
What do you mean right away? When the ball was hiked? Before it was hiked?
Yeah, as soon as the ball is hiked, you say blitz. You
run
in.
You go blitz and you run in.
Sure.
Oh, big controversy down at the schoolyard the other day. Rowan came home.
Oh, really?
Yeah, some kid in his grade that they were playing with was trying to say, "Oh no, you have to tell us if you're blitzing before we hike it."
No.
What?
And Rowan's like, "Hell no!" And I'm like, "Yeah, you're right, buddy. There's no way." And then I'm thinking to myself, "Well, in today's fucking faggoty doodle world, maybe you do."
Yeah.
But that's not how you guys remember it, right?
No, you always
it's always a
one
surprise.
For 4 downs.
Yeah, that's the whole point.
Well, if it's not a surprise, and we're blitzing this down. Okay, you go out quickly to the right, and I'm going to throw it to you.
Right. Hot route.
I don't know what that means. Just get on my other side.
You know what I love about that? How disappointed he is in him.
So pissed.
Yeah, he's so disappointed. Pissed. No, I'm talking about Wilson's disappointed in Vince Vaughn in some way, shape, or form. Like he's like, "Why are you fooling around? You're out here fooling around." He's like, "I'm out here getting my ass beat."
Oh yeah, okay.
Now that's when that guy, what's his name? They played the fucking boyfriend.
Yeah, became famous.
But he was great in that movie. Big Sack.
Sack, yeah.
Very underrated movie.
It's a great movie.
Isn't it?
Is it really underrated?
I don't know.
Like Wedding Crashers.
I think it's about where it should be.
Wedding Crashers was a big movie.
Yeah. The painting was a gift, Todd.
That's because you're a homo.
So funny. Movie. I love when the breakfast scene. He's like, "I'm going to sit over here by myself,
recharge the batteries."
Yeah, you know who that reminds me of? You. That reminds me of you.
Why?
Because he just wants to fucking eat and be left alone.
Yeah.
And he's just wailing.
Doesn't want to be there.
He's like, all right, big guy.
Yeah.
He's like, he knows, just let him eat his fucking food.
And then he's back.
So jumping back to the Patriots, they end up winning that on a Chris Jones blocked field goal, which kind of made us all feel good. A little redemption for baby Huey. Remember him almost crying in his fucking helmet?
You just felt so bad for him last year. Because it was such a shitty call. Because it had never been called before. You know, and it was almost like he's just got this big, fat, stupid, honey-baked ham face.
Yes.
And he's just looking like he's on the sideline. Nobody's around him, and he's just looking out on the field like,
blinking.
What the fuck did I just do?
Do you remember him blinking like
yeah.
Like, what the fuck just happened?
Yeah.
Yeah. He looked like on the verge of tears.
And he's like, all I want to do is funnel some beers right now.
I wish I was in college. So what did you think of the Patriot performance?
Mediocre.
Honestly, I thought it was... I don't think they played great, but, I mean, again, history shows that every time they play... The last 4 times they played the Jets, it's been a difference of 3 points. Yeah. So, I mean, no matter how good they are, how bad the Jets are, I mean...
Well, I think you saw exactly why the Jets don't win games. One, their quarterback isn't very good.
Yeah,
even though they were the announcers were doing their best to say he played well, and he did. He didn't turn the ball over, but that's not an offense that you just need a quarterback to manage. You need someone leading that, and he's not the guy.
You cannot survive in today's NFL of going down, marching all the way down the field, and accepting 3 points. You just can't do it
4 times in a row.
You just can't do that.
That's the story of the game.
I think 15 years ago you could get away with that, but with today's NFL, I mean, teams are scoring average over the 30s.
That being said, I do think that Belichick, you lose Mayo, and we'll talk about that in a second. You lose Mayo, you make some defensive adjustments, and I think he went back to bend, don't break. So they knew they were going to give up the yards. They were going to let them get into not let them, but, hey, we're going to play this until we get in the red zone, then we're going to fucking tighten the bolts down on you. You know what I'm saying? So don't you think that had something to do with it?
Maybe, but how do you explain them letting Chris Ivory, Ivory and Johnson running up the field right through the middle every single time? They didn't even have to go to the outside. I think they might have once or twice, but the rest of those runs were directly up the middle. At what point do you adjust for that?
I would argue that most of those runs were directly up the middle. Most of the runs that were for a 5-yard gain or more were to the outsides.
I don't know. I think about 90% of those plays were in the middle.
Not even close. You got to rewatch the game. It was definitely outside the lines, outside the defensive ends. For the big games, for the big gains, yeah.
What they were doing, and the announcers even talked about it. Rob Stink-a-Bitch, okay, where they're talking about, he had a huge game. He had 3 sacks in the game the week before. He sucks as a linebacker.
Well, he's that linebacker in the NFL. There's a million of them that has one good week.
Yep.
And then disappears for the next 5.
Well, what they were saying, and it was true because he stopped doing it in the second half, was he wasn't securing the outside. He was crashing down. Yeah, it was crashing down.
Yeah.
And they were just busting it to the outside.
Yeah.
And then they were chop blocking back.
Right.
I thought Hightower played a good game.
I think Hightower's actually played. It's killing me to say it, but he's actually playing well.
Yeah.
I think he looks faster. If that's, I mean, I don't know if he's lost weight. I'm not sure. I don't know anything on that. I don't know if his football IQ has gotten better in terms of reaction to plays. Because I think you found a lot with Dante Hightower where he'd make a play and he'd go, well, what the fuck was he thinking going to the left there? He should have known he's going to the right. So I think, and that's what makes Gerard Mayo so good.
Oh, yeah.
Gerard Mayo isn't the most talented linebacker in the league by any means, but he's one of the smartest.
Yeah.
He understands, and he's never noticed. You never hear Gerard Mayo as the stud linebacker for the Patriots. You really don't, because he doesn't make a lot of flashy plays. He just makes plays because he's always there. He understands where the ball's going.
He's quintessential Bill Belichick, if you think about it. You know, he's just a guy that's smart out there, I think he's more talented than a lot of people give him credit for because he is sideline to sideline. But he's not flashy.
What is SportsCenter? What is NFL
well, no,
Network?
I mean,
it's flashy.
What you just described him as, what I hear a lot, he's not the best linebacker. I'm like, hey, actually, he kind of is. He's one of the top linebackers in the league, in my opinion.
He is.
But
he's not necessarily very fast. He's quick, but he's not fast. We've had this argument before what the difference between fast and quick is.
I agree 100%. He's not Jamie Collins fast, but he's faster than Brandon Spikes. He's faster than Dante Hightower. He's faster than...
Okay, but you're matching up against sub-superior, non-superior players.
Okay, I guess all I'm saying is you're right. He's not going to make tackles the same way that, Keekly does.
Or a Levante David.
Levante
David, like if you look at Levante David, he can get from that middle of that field to the outside on Chris Johnson in his prime and make a tackle.
Right.
Gerard Mayo, unless he knew that was coming, probably wouldn't get there as quick. Levante David, pure raw athletic talent, is superior to Gerard Mayo.
Yes.
But that's why it's very important to have a high IQ as the middle linebacker. Right. You are the defensive quarterback.
And I see what you're saying. What he lacks, say, versus a David in talent or speed, he makes up for by just field smarts and generalship, we'll call it. And again, I think what I saw in the first half anyway was an adjustment to life without Gerard Mayo, and not necessarily, Dante's taking his place is not the same player, but they played a different defense.
They definitely did.
And they definitely went back to what we were starting to see was a little more pressure on the quarterback, some blitzing. I mean, you never see fucking blitzing with Belichick. And what we went back to this week was bend, don't break. Make them get into the red zone and score, and look what happened. They got in the red zone, they couldn't fucking score. So it worked.
And I think it was a good week to try it, but you saw Brandon Browner. Ran out of steam.
Yeah.
I mean, he just wasn't he was not in game shape. So it was funny to see the revolving door at left cornerback.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, Logan Ryan last year I thought really was the guy who was going to be the next cornerback that was going to secure a spot on this team. And, man, has he taken a step back this year.
Yeah.
I think he makes too many dumb plays.
And you'd think it'd be better for the guy opposite Revis this year, at least in the past couple of weeks, where you're going to have more safety help than you normally have with Revis kind of supposedly. Now Revis isn't the shutdown guy he was 3 years ago.
He blew a pretty big play.
Yeah, he did.
He read it, he was going to intercept it, and then it was thrown over his head. He misread it. He let a big play go by 20-plus yards.
Sometimes I feel like he gets critiqued too much that he's just an automatic shutdown corner.
Well, and I know the play you're talking about. It was a zone. It wasn't even matched up man. He was in a zone. So, again, you put an alligator on a driveway, he's not going to be able to kill like he could in a swamp. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, that's wow. Well done.
Well, for all of our Bayou listeners.
Hell yes.
Hell yeah. Get it down there. Yeah. Caught him down to Everglades.
So, I saw, not that I disagree with you. I think Revis, obviously, with the knee surgery, probably isn't the same player he was, but he's still...
He's the best corner we've had since Samuel. Maybe Ty Law.
I would say since Ty Law.
Yeah, okay.
I think he's better than Asante Samuel. Because if you remember Asante Samuel was recognized because he jumped routes.
Yeah,
but Asante Samuel also made a ton of mistakes because he tried to jump routes and would get helped out over the top. So
I wouldn't argue that fact in terms of going back to Law. By the way, did you see they showed the little celebration, Ty Law and Lawyer Malloy? And
Holy hasn't missed a meal in a long time.
Dude, how about, did Otis Smith forget to inflate his head before the ceremony?
I didn't see Otis Smith.
He had these huge shoulders and this tiny head, and he's like, Ty, you know? But, Lawyer's been pounding some steaks.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ty, too.
Ty Law.
Yeah, Ty.
I don't think Lawyer looked that bad. He was always big.
Yeah, that's
he was
true.
always
Good point.
built.
Ty's,
But Ty loves dinner.
Ty's on the 4,000 calorie a day
Ty
diet.
likes tying one on.
Well, he's Revis wears his number. That's right, 24, right? Yeah.
Which I'm surprised they didn't
retire
his number.
Dude, you can't stop fucking retiring numbers. I mean,
they retired. What's his name?
Andre Tippett.
Yeah, and I mean they've retired.
Number 12 will never be worn again.
Number 12 will never be worn again.
Right.
Ty Law, to me, is the best cornerback that's ever played on this team. So I mean, and he's going to go to the Hall. I mean, he's going to be in Canton.
You think so?
Oh, I think Ty Law's going to
based on what? What do you have to do to get into the Hall as a cornerback?
Well, he's got 3 Super Bowl rings.
Does he have 3?
Yeah, he was there in 2004, but he was hurt. He didn't play in the Super Bowl in 2004.
Okay,
but he was on that team, so he's got 3 rings. He made the Pro Bowl, I don't know, 1 million times.
Yeah, you can stop. He's got the 3 rings. Yeah, okay. I didn't realize. I
thought
he had one.
Back in the early 2000s.
You sure he's got 3?
Him and Champ Bailey.
Are you sure he's got 3?
He's got 3. Yeah.
Does he really?
He played in 01, played in 03, and he played in 96 too. I mean, he's been to 4 Super Bowls, won 3 of them.
He was on that 96 squad, huh?
He was on the 96.
You know, people forget about that
Brewski.
96 game, and that game was closer than people remember.
It was tied at halftime.
Yeah, well, it was tied late, and they fucking kicked off to Desmond Howard.
Desmond Howard, yes.
Took it back, and that was it. And then we almost scored, and then Brett Favre got it, and they went up by 14, and that was the game.
Was it. Yeah.
But, God, I hated losing to Brett. The fucking send me a picture of your dick, Favre.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. I forgot he was shooting dick pics around.
Yeah, his little Oklahoma wang.
Fucking zippering down his Wranglers.
Dude,
where is that? He's comfortable in his jeans.
Where's that country fuck from?
He's from Mississippi.
Now, was Brett Favre cut or uncut?
I don't know.
Come on, you know.
I don't know.
Take a guess.
Yeah,
Brett
he's
from Favre. He's from Mississippi, right?
Gulfport, Mississippi.
Yeah, he's a bad country.
That's a fucking cultured place.
He's going to be all over.
Nick, is he cut or uncut? He's from like Saskatchewan, fucking Oklahoma.
Saskatoon?
No way.
What? Oh, is that him sending dick pics?
That's him.
Oh my God, that's right. That was from. That's it.
Definitely it.
That's
I
from.
can't see it. Turn it, Nick.
That's from when he played for the Jets, right?
Yeah.
And she was a sideline reporter.
Oh yeah.
What is he, under a sheet or something?
I'd send her a few DPs.
Dude, it looks pretty big until the one with his hand is in it.
It's about normal size.
Well, and then it's in the one in his hand.
Like
it's got a little fella
this one
bumping around in there. Well, I said it looks pretty big until you see his hand as a reference.
Are we really critiquing Favre's dick right now? Is that what we've come to? Can we move the fuck on? What happened? We were just on the Patriots, and all of a sudden we've got Favre's dick on the screen.
Look at that fucking thing.
I can't wait to fucking listen to this later.
Yeah.
Numbers retired,
boy.
Ty Law,
dick.
Brett Favre's dick.
He's got no nuts. Where the hell are his nuts?
Oh my God, turn it off.
You like it. Is it that easy to find pictures of Brett Favre's penis?
It's the internet, man.
Man, it's
a scary anything.
It's a scary fucking
Type in
place.
goat fucking real quick.
No, don't tuck that. I don't want to fucking see that.
Well, if you told me to jump off a bridge, I'd probably do it. But only on the internet.
You probably.
So anything else on the Patriots? Are we talking about the loss of Gerard Mayo, what it means, the loss of Stephen Ridley? I really don't think either one is going to affect long-term the success of the team.
I think they'll just keep on chugging. They're going to keep on going, doing what they're doing.
Yeah, they'll do what they always do, which is move on. I think they played without Mayo last year and they sucked. So I do think it affects them. I think
it's hard to say that. They played all the way to the AFC Championship game
and lost.
Understandable,
brutally.
But I would say the pieces put around Mayo on defense this year are going to be an upgrade from last year's defense. So, yeah. But it's to be seen. I mean, we're going to have more injuries, right? I mean, it's only a matter of time. I think Stephen Ridley's a bigger loss because we don't have a back unless Brandon Bolden, I don't know, somehow comes out. But we don't have a big back that's going to be able to carry the ball.
That new kid's looking really good right now.
I don't know it. I always felt like
the new kid,
Chris Gray.
Yes.
Yeah, he had 4 carries.
But he's a kid for a practice squad. Let's not throw him in Canton yet. I mean,
why you're throwing Ty Law in there?
Really?
No, but those plays were pretty explosive. I liked it.
And again, maybe he's the answer, Nick. It's just it's early.
4 plays.
They got to stick him in there for more than 4 plays. And
why?
Well, let me ask you a question. What happened to Brandon Bolden? Brandon Bolden, for the past 3 years, every time I've seen him get a bulk amount of carries, he's been successful. So I don't know what it is that we can't give him the ball.
Ask Josh McDaniels.
Do you remember? I want to say it was 2 years ago because he was hurt for a lot of last season. 2 years ago, Stephen Ridley was out for a game. They put Brandon Bolden in, and he ran for 140-something yards.
Yep.
And 2 TDs.
And then next game, Stephen Ridley was back, and it was like Brandon Bolden just got put back on the shelf.
Yeah.
And again, I don't know what goes on. Obviously, Bill Belichick sees the practices every day. I get it. But I don't. Why is he here? I mean, is he that spectacular on special teams that we're... I mean, he's on special teams, but...
why
I don't understand it.
I agree with you, and I look on that. I'd see the kid, the other tight end there,
Tim Wright. Yeah.
Why weren't we seeing more of him the other night?
Okay.
He can catch a ball.
I will say that, and this goes back to the reason why I never would, besides Tom Brady, I would never pick a fantasy player on the Patriots because Belichick just is all about packages. Right, and it's this team. We're going to run these packages, and it's how it fits into the scheme. You know, he doesn't roll out the same players every week.
Yeah.
If you notice, you saw Dobson on the field on Thursday night.
Well,
it's like
to your point, Brandon LaFell. You go to him. He's got 3 catches for 50 yards
in the first 5 minutes of the game.
Never got another target.
So that's
true.
And that's why it's frustrating from a fantasy perspective on the players for the Patriots because they just...
It's frustrating as a fan, period. And then I got to watch Julian Edelman drop 2 balls and then fucking pump his fist and fucking flex when he catches the third.
Yeah. Oh, I know. That was
I'm
brutal.
like, are you fucking kidding me?
Can we talk about Danny Amendola? What a catch that was.
Beautiful catch. And
so,
yeah.
God, you just hope that maybe that's what was needed to get him involved in the offense.
Doesn't get the targets. It's part Josh McDaniel. We got to feed fucking Gronk. We have to feed Edelman.
But I thought, unlike any other week, this week he spread the ball around more. He didn't go after Gronk.
Oh my God, yeah, he did. He locked in.
And
on
he
Gronk
forced
I
didn't see him lock in.
Oh,
on Gronk.
absolutely.
Did he?
Yeah,
I didn't see
and
it.
he forced it to Edelman. I mean, and again, even the play to Amendola, broken play. That's the only time. That's the only reason Amendola even saw that fucking ball.
And what a great read by him too. I don't know if you saw him. He saw him scramble out.
Yeah.
Ran to the left, saw the cornerback behind him, and jetted upfield. And knew Brady with it. So that's.
I think they saw something in Amendola. Again, I've never been a huge Edelman fan, and he drove me crazy the other night. And Brady kept looking for him. I'm like, why are you looking for him? Fucking LaFell's wide open. I saw Amendola open a couple times. Yeah. Then he drops 2, and then he has the balls to fucking celebrate when he catches the third. Shit like that drives me nuts. But
I hear you.
I thought the defense did okay. And again, I know they play the bend and don't break, but when they play a better offense, that's when you're going to come back and go, you know what? We do miss Mayo because he's the quarterback of that team. That Hightower, as good as he played, he's not the leader Mayo is. He's not the quarterback of that defense. I watched a thing on YouTube the other night, Jamie Collins' interception a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
Mayo directed him to that spot and on pre-snap.
Right.
So he read, knew what the play was, or had an idea, directed him. So there's little things like that. And again, not that, I'm a big Mayo fan. I love how he plays. I just think it is going to hurt you in the long run. Maybe not against the Jets. The wrong. It's going to wrong.
Want me the wrong way.
Wrong.
Yeah.
But again, we'll see. I thought the offense, a lot of that long play to Vereen, I don't know. That game, and we still almost lost,
But do you expect anything different from a Patriots-Jets game? Again, I look at the Jets' schedule they've played since the beginning of this year. They've played through the most brutal schedule up until this point.
You're right.
So, everybody fails to realize it. Every NFL team is good. They're really good. Regardless of how bad we think the fucking Jets are, they're good. Right. And their defense is very good as usual.
Yep.
So every week, and especially against the Patriots, division rival, Belichick, Rex Ryan, you're getting this team's all. So in my opinion, we didn't play flawless and we didn't beat the team by 40 points because they were 1-5. But
I wasn't expecting that, to be honest.
All in all, I thought they squeezed out one. They showed some mental toughness, which I guess is good.
Wow.
Well, okay, maybe. They won a close game. Now maybe it wasn't grinding it out at the end because I thought they played, and I was yelling at the TV and yelling at Lauren because. That last final play when they had the ball with 2 minutes and 25 seconds left.
Yeah.
I'm sitting there going, why the fuck are we playing not to lose instead of playing to win?
Well, let me rephrase this to you, okay? Because this is a simple way to look at it. One play changes, okay? And that play is that final field goal is kicked, goes through, they win. The Jets win.
Yep.
Now I want you to analyze the game because now we're looking at it from a negative perspective. Why did the defense let them march up and down? You know what I'm saying? Like we're kind of talking positive because they won.
That's football. That's football. It's being a football fan. Think of when we played Indianapolis back in 2009. What if we converted that 4th and 2?
You're missing my point. My point isn't. I understand that one play can change a football game, but I'm just saying. Would your assessment be as nice to them if that field goal was good? Because in essence, it's this. Because that was the last play of the game, it's the same exact game except for that one play difference.
But you just nailed it. One play changes a game. One play can change a game.
One penalty can change.
My point is they didn't play that well, and they were lucky to get out of that game with a win. And as the teams get tougher, and especially if we go into the playoffs. That kind of football is not going to fucking win.
But I think you're also underrating the Jets' defense. Their two defensive ends are two of the best. That Wilkerson and Ferguson kid, they're friggin' beasts.
DeBrickshaw?
Beasts. Yeah. Absolute beasts.
Best first name in the league, by the way.
DeBrickshaw, yeah. So, I mean, yeah, they didn't play their best football, but they got to win. How about that?
Agreed. This was one of those games where I'm like, oh, boy. If they get this field goal, it's going to be gloom and doom. Oh, the Patriots did this, that. If they don't get it, then... And I was glad that we actually made a play on the ball. It wasn't just a missed field goal. Right. It was a play that Chris Jones made. So
Jones, too.
Chris fucking Baby Huey. Yeah. Holy shit, there's no one like me anymore.
Chris Pancake Jones.
Fucking poor bastard. I literally think they bought him a new helmet this year, extra large. Yeah. Because remember his face looked just fucking squeezed into that thing. Yeah. And the blinking, I'll never forget the blinking.
Either that or it's just a permanent helmet now. They can't get it off. You sleep with it.
So we'll go ahead, Nick.
I was just wondering. I said this in the last podcast. When we're on their 40-yard line, why are we running the ball on 2nd and 15, 2nd and 20? And 3rd and 20. Why are we running it?
So are you talking about when we had our last possession before we gave the ball back to them?
Yes.
So the first play you're going to run it to force them to use their last timeout before the 2-minute warning, because we were trying to get the play clock going to get it down to the 2-minute warning.
Okay.
Right. So I understand the first play. You're getting the ball running. They're going to call the final timeout so that they get that quote unquote extra timeout as the 2-minute warning.
Sure.
Second down, completely agree with you. I completely agree. Because you're automatically getting a stop at the 2-minute warning anyway. But that's when I turn to Lauren and I go, this fucking team is playing not to lose as opposed to playing to win. Play to win the game. Don't play not to lose. You have Tom Brady. You don't have a rookie quarterback that's game managing and don't put him in a position that he could fail. Give me a fucking break. Ride him or don't ride him.
Yeah, and how about throwing the ball downfield a little bit? We're still not throwing the ball downfield enough. And the other point I wanted to make is Gronk is not Gronk.
See, I think Gronk's looked very good the past 2 weeks. I think if you watched his route running on Thursday night, I thought his route running was great.
That double coverage that he forced.
First of all,
that looked really good.
He looks like a big fucking dork out there when he runs. So I don't know.
But his route running in the past 2 weeks, Kev, has gotten progressively better. He's getting healthier.
Really, you've been watching his routes every week?
Well, I watched it on. Was it? Yeah, Thursday night after the game, I watched NFL Network, and they were showing.
What kind of separation did he have? He can't get separation. He's not open. I don't care what kind of route he's running, even if it's clean.
So the one that he ran down the middle and got down to the 2-yard line?
He was lucky no one was
that was blown
coverage.
That was blown coverage. Nobody went with him. They re-showed that. That was a zone defense, not one of the linebackers. He was fucking wide open. You could have made that catch.
He was lucky a safety didn't come over
with
and fucking
both helmets
dominate
on.
him.
Well, but that's a tight end's life. They run over the middle.
You could have your helmet on and a Patriots helmet on.
Just saying, dude, he still scores. He's still a beast. Regardless what you want to say.
He didn't score in this game.
So I'm trying to figure out what your idea of this game should have been. So you agree that we shouldn't have won by 40 points, but you're talking about everybody else should have scored. Rob Gronkowski, Tim Wright. I mean, Brandon LaFell.
No.
What are
I
you
never
looking
said
for
any
here?
of that. What I said was, you just said, well, he's still scoring touchdowns. I said he didn't score this week. That's all I said.
He scored a great touchdown last week, carried somebody into the end zone. So, I mean,
okay.
He's still a top 3 tight end in this league.
No, I don't.
Yeah, he is.
Oh, according to you, he is.
Who is?
Dude, he's been active this entire season. Am I correct?
Yes.
Okay. So my argument is he's not the same Gronk. His stats are nowhere near.
I think we've established that. All I'm saying is he's getting healthier. Last week to this week, he's progressively getting healthier.
I don't see it.
He looks faster to me. Do you remember we watched game? It was either game 1 or game 2. I
think he looks better than he did at game 1.
And I go, holy shit!
Yeah, he looked awesome.
I go, he looked like Tom Hanks.
Yeah, he was.
He looked like fucking Gump. Yeah,
yeah,
with the medal on. I mean, that's what he looked like. But
I
think
my contention always was that he'll never be the same player he was.
And maybe you're right.
Not after that leg injury.
But a 90% Gronk is still a top 10 tight end in this league.
And by the way, they're saying Mayo had patella tendon surgery.
Yeah, which is not good.
He'll probably never be the same. So, again, a linebacker losing a step, not good.
Yeah.
And I think that's my point. I think Gronk, he looks fragile to me. And I know that sounds bizarre.
Well, I think it's perception to look at all the stuff on him, right? Because you can see the knee brace shining through. You see this big arm brace. So, he looks brittle. I agree with you.
But sometimes he looks so gangly, too. You know, you're like, damn, looks like one good hit would just send him packing.
But then you see 2 weeks ago when he catches the ball on the 5-yard line and just fucking drills down and carries 2 guys in the end zone. You're like, holy fuck, like you are just a big dude.
What movie did you guys go see?
What?
On your date, you and Gronk. You're in fucking love with him. Did you see the twinkle in his eyes?
Hey,
talking about Gronk?
So let's segue to Tom Brady.
Yeah.
So how's Tom Brady looking?
To me?
Yeah.
Again, my expectations of Brady aren't, I don't think, what maybe the rest of New England's is. I mean, how old is he now? 37?
38.
38. I mean, I heard someone say that there'll never be another Patriots with Brady a quarterback Super Bowl.
One more time
what?
in English?
Brady will not play in I know, sorry.
There will never be a Super Bowl Tom Brady thing with the football place.
There is no try.
Very shiny.
There is only dew.
All right, hit redo.
So are you saying
hit
that
redo on that
never...
one.
That was Yoda speak.
Yeah.
You know? They'll never. Go ahead, Nick.
Are you saying that they'll never win a Super Bowl without Brady?
No. Brady will not win another Super Bowl with the New England Patriots. He will not play in another Super Bowl with the New England Patriots. I'm not saying this. I heard someone say it, and it got me to thinking, all the stuff that's gone on this year with Brady kind of starting to, some of that to simmer about them not building stuff around him, and that it's always kind of been the attitude, well, we have Tom Brady, so we don't have to have Calvin Johnson. We don't have to go out and get Emmanuel Sanders. We have Tom Brady. And I think this is the first, maybe last year you started to see it, where he needs stuff around him, especially when Gronk went down.
I think we talked about this two episodes ago.
So how do I think Brady looks? I think Brady looked pretty good for this season's version of Tom Brady. If I compare him to even 3 years ago, he doesn't look great. He locks in. We had talked about progressions a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
He just doesn't see his progressions. I mean, there's stuff that I'm seeing that he's not seeing, then something's wrong.
Yeah.
And again, I have a much easier perspective, but
so I think obviously you can't throw the first 3 games out, this year. Right. You can't.
Yeah.
So, taking the first 3 games into consideration, obviously there's a decline in Tom Brady. And
course.
Rightfully so at 38 years old.
38, man, damn.
With that being said, the last 3 games, I think he's proved that this decline is a lot less than what people thought. The whole fucking when's Garoppolo taking over?
I know. Give me a fucking
Just
break.
shut the fuck up,
dude. I heard
I
heard somebody say the other day that Garoppolo is the second best quarterback in the AFC East.
Are you fucking kidding me? So the guys played 1 series against Kansas City.
Second best, yeah.
Kansas City was rolling cheerleaders into their secondary at the end of that game.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, are you fucking kidding me?
But again, that gets back to the point of I wasn't we talked about Tom Brady's decline, and none of us here were going, he's fucking done, he's awful. But that's how sports fans are.
Yeah.
Especially around
It's very reactive. I get it.
Yeah. It's like, oh, my God, he's done. No, he's not done. He's not Tom Brady of 2004 or even 2008. He's Tom Brady, 38-year-old.
Well, see,
Tom
I would
Brady.
argue he is probably Tom Brady of 2003, which is
really
for his precision. Yes, if you look at the numbers, they match up.
Yeah,
numbers wise,
numbers lie though. Because
what was Brady's
changed.
best season in your opinion?
2006.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Yeah.
2006. Everybody obviously points to 2007 when he threw 50 touchdowns.
Right.
2006, he threw to Rashae Caldwell as his number one receiver and made it all the way to the AFC Championship. Went out in AFC Divisional and beat a 14-2 San Diego Chargers.
Why do you
team.
think that's better than the year he threw all the touchdowns to Moss?
Because he did what he did with less. And I think you take and I will say this. I think 2008, if Brady didn't get hurt, oh my good God, look at crazy-eyed Lucas.
Dude, he has a brother in the league, doesn't he?
Is he in the league anymore?
What was his name?
Andre Caldwell. He played on the Broncos for a while.
Was he as creepy-eyed? Last year he was on the Broncos, right?
Yeah, he's like a fifth-string wide receiver, though.
Well,
and old Rashae Caldwell's in jail right now.
Oh, no.
For holding 4.8 pounds of ecstasy. Me and Nick looked that up last night.
He went into the drug business, huh?
Yeah.
Why were you and Nick looking up?
We just were talking about the Patriots.
Oh.
So.
Well, again, I think it's a long way to go. Do I still trust that Tom Brady can bring us to a Super Bowl and win it? Absolutely.
Absolutely.
He's the most
Not with this
battle.
offensive line.
I'm going to throw this out at you. In the
well, how bad has the offensive line been in the past 3 weeks?
They've been great.
I thought they've been great.
Okay, what about the first 3 games, though?
Different offensive line.
Well, but again, if you take into consideration how the offensive line's doing, you've got to say, okay, if the first 3 games they played bad, but they've gotten better the last 3, then that's showing that they're getting better, right? So you also have 2 guys from last year's team that are finally back. As long as Marcus Cannon's not on the field, we're in good shape.
No, as long as he doesn't play left guard.
He is fucking horrendous.
Oh.
And what's his name? Old fucking tight end there that turned into the left tackle. Solder.
Yeah.
Nate Solder.
Oh my God. Are we done with him yet?
Yeah. Well,
he can't stop anybody.
When the tuba player's outplaying you, it's time to probably call it quits.
It's not good.
No, but last 3 games, two and a half games, it's looked pretty good.
Yeah.
He had plenty of time the other night, and again, I know they were trying to do their tricky drop fucking 9 guys and all that shit. But the week before, they looked good against Cincinnati.
Looked really good against Cincinnati.
And I think especially the run blocking. You know, they always say it's easier to run block than pass block because you're moving forward. You're creating the contact. When you're pass blocking, you're kind of
getting pushed back. Yeah. And you're creating the pocket.
So the more they can run, the better. And that may be, back to your point, why it's funny. I read a lot of articles. Mayo's unreplaceable, but Ridley, we can find some things. I agree with you. I don't like the Ridley loss because I really don't know what we have to back Ridley up. Shane Vereen's great, but he's a receiver.
Oh, if we had gave Shane Vereen the amount of down, I mean, he'd have a broken back.
He's tiny. He's got an odd head.
He's just a little fella.
I don't like guys with odd heads.
But he's kind of that Darren Sproles guy too, right? You know, he's that
but
third
not
down
as quick.
back. He's a Kevin Fuck. He's really the replacement of Kevin Fuck.
No need to swear. I'm waiting for fucking Vereen to whip off his helmet and go home. That's what he fucking looks like.
Yeah.
Either that or Hey Arnold.
Yeah.
No, is it Hey Arnold?
Hey Arnold's got the huge wide
football head. Yeah.
Yeah.
Shane Vereen is fucking Hey Arnold.
Yeah.
There he is. That's pretty funny.
Awesome.
Hey, talk about typecast, huh? What's this clown's name again? Michael Cera.
There you go.
The most one-note fucking act. Even in that picture, he looks like how he acts.
Although he was brilliant in fucking Drunken History.
Oh, my God.
Fucking brilliant.
Anyone out there who hasn't seen Drunken History from
Ben Franklin.
Comedy Channel? What channel? Channel? Comedy Channel?
Well,
Comedy
they've turned it
Central?
into a comedy. It's on Comedy Central now. That original, they used to just be an internet hit. Sensation. It was never on Comedy Central. Comedy Central picked it up.
Ben Franklin's awesome.
The Ben Franklin one's
fucking
hysterical.
Michael Cera was in the Salem Witch Trials one, too. He was fucking great in that.
Oh, he's got a little guest spot in it, right?
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
And he was also in the Abe Lincoln one.
He was in the Abe Lincoln one. anyone who hasn't seen Drunk History, so they get these actors, some famous, some not, and they get someone really drunk, and they have them tell a story from history. And the history is usually kind of accurate, but while the drunk person's narrating it, these actors act out what they're narrating. And sometimes the best part is when they mouth the word like, hey, I'm Ben Franklin, get the fuck out of here. And the actor mouths it, and it lip syncs it, and it's just great. And
Jack Black was excellent in some of them, too. He was the Ben Franklin.
He was Ben Franklin,
he
that's
was
right.
Fucking unbelievable.
But Sarah was in that, too, wasn't he?
Sarah was in that, yeah. Because he played the son. Because remember, he's like, Ben Franklin had a son, and he was a douchebag.
That's right. But some of the fucking stories are just... so I highly recommend you turn me on to Drunk History.
Yeah, it's good.
So it good. Is. It's really good.
And it's probably, over fucking played now, I'm assuming. I haven't seen the Comedy Central one, but the originals were great.
Yeah. Well, we're going to take a 5-minute break. Nick's going to roll out some tunes here, and we'll be back in about 5 to 7 minutes. Enjoy. Why don't we do, when we come back, Nick, do you have a name that tune or anything like that? Yeah. No? You didn't put one together this week?
No, I was going to do it right before everyone came.
Yeah. Nothing better than a good dirge. I love military-type drums. That kind of drum roll, that kind of marching.
Staccato?
Is that what that is? Staccato?
I believe so.
Isn't that the crust in your underwear? Staccato? Staccapo? Well, welcome back to the the Weekend Watercooler show. I forgot our name there for a second. We actually literally only took like a 7-minute break this time. That's kind of amazing, isn't it?
Welcome to the Weekend Watercooler.
What the fuck is that?
It's Uncle Tom.
Uncle Tom. Is there another voice on there?
I've got plenty of voices. Would you like to hear Lauren?
Yeah.
Welcome to the Weekend Watercooler.
Do you have like a British person?
Where the hell is he out again?
Is it plugged in? There you
That's
go.
You.
Yeah, you're on.
Okay.
Hello? Okay, I'm back.
Hey, do you have a British person?
I do. Who would you like to hear? Graham, Lucy, or Anjali?
Go ahead, pick one.
Anjali?
Pick one. I don't care.
Welcome to the Weekend Watercooler.
Oh, dude, that's the one. What's the other British one? A woman? Sexy.
Welcome to the Weekend Watercooler.
She sounds ugly.
She sounds like a British librarian.
Welcome to the Weekend Watercooler.
Oh. We get the we got
some secret squirrel shit going on here.
All right, well, I just didn't want to talk while I was writing stuff.
No, that's fine. So you want me to do this first, then?
Yeah, if we could.
Well, you got to play this, though.
No, I am. I'm just writing this one down real quick.
All right, so just going to introduce kind of a new game, a kind of trivia-based game, because I want to see which one of these two clowns is fucking smarter. I know both of them think they're smarter. Ooh, shut up TV. All right, so this is just a little trivia game. Nick, are you paying attention?
I am.
I'm going to give you each of you five categories to choose from. When you choose the category, I will read you 5 questions from that category. Whoever gets the most right is the trivia champ of the week.
Excellent. I like it.
All right. So, Nick, if you could kill that music, I will read you your topics.
So he goes first and then I go second.
That's correct.
Okay.
Different topic, though. Okay?
Oh, that sucks.
Oh.
I thought I was going to go into the glass tube so I couldn't hear his answers. Do we not have one of those?
That would be awesome. We could send you upstairs. All right, Nick, first category, Dolly Parton. How much do you know about Dolly Parton?
Big tits.
Big Jambalaya Johnsons.
What do you think those things look like?
She was a really good rapper.
Unstrapped. Those things must be scary, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, you think so?
Big veiny milk cartons.
Well, yeah, exactly. Because I think in the 70s and 80s, that was considered like really hot. Star Wars. Snacks.
Oh, I know things are true about those.
And fantasy. All right, read them back to you.
I'm good.
Oh, okay.
I think I'm going to go with snacks first.
Really? I thought you'd go Star Wars. You're going to go snacks.
I like the snacks. Did you say steak?
Chuck, can I have a piece of paper? You don't have to give me the whole thing.
You should have a whole pad right up there. Or...
it's not that time of the month.
It's over here.
All right, Nick, your first question in the category snacks, and this could be wide, and the width and breadth of these questions, I have no idea, okay? All right, the first question is, in what country would you snack on a stoop waffle? In what country would you snack on a stoop waffle?
I'm going to say the UK.
Okay. You got 90 pens. I picked the one that doesn't work. Sean, have you ever had a stoop waffle?
No.
No?
Is he
Am
he
I
going to
allowed
guess?
to answer?
No, I was just curious if you ever had a stoop waffle before.
I know you explained how it works, but now I'm a little confused.
Yeah.
I thought he was going to be able to answer as well.
No.
I was just picking the category
No, he
first.
has his own categories. This is the whole fun of the game.
Okay.
Nick, next question. What treat does Homer Simpson's head turn into in the Treehouse of Horror 4?
A donut.
That's fucking sad. You don't know what a stoop waffle is, but you know the Homer Simpson question. Donut.
What was the question?
I'll reread it when we do his answers. Third question. What yogurt in a tube debuted in 1999?
Go-Gurt.
Nick, I think you're doing pretty good on snacks here, buddy.
Kid loves his fucking snacks.
Lunchbox here?
Can we get a close-up on Nick's pear-shaped body? Dude, that thing's sweet. You look good, buddy.
It's gotten worse.
That's all right. You're not smoking. That's the good news. Your fourth question. What cookie is also the nickname of a popular sculpture at Villanova University? What cookie? You don't know?
I have no idea.
No idea. That might be the cookie. What is the fifth question? What is the common name for Theropopsidae, a creature some people eat fried?
We're going to say a worm.
A worm, okay. And your last, sixth and final question, Nick. What color are the Keebler elves' hats?
White.
All right. Sean, are you ready?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Sean, your categories to pick from, okay? Let's see what we got here. See if there's anything good. Fairy tales. So those are tales about you and your friends. I thought that was pretty funny. Teen TV. Mistaken identities. Hair. And let's get another one. These suck. No. And couples.
How old is this?
This is fairly new.
Ooh.
But your categories again: fairy tales, teen TV, mistaken identities, hair, and
I feel
couples.
like I could kill teen TV, but new? Ugh, I don't know if I could. But I'm going to try teen TV.
I was going to say, I don't. Ooh. I thought you might go hair. All right, Sean. First question. Oh, Schnikes. Oh, snacks. I can't lose the snacks card. First question, Sean. Are you ready?
Yep.
What was the name of the diner hangout in the 90s TV show Beverly Hills 90210?
Oh, my God.
Oh, man.
I know this, too.
You only have 15 seconds.
Okay. Oh, my God. I know this.
I know this, too, sadly.
Oh, my God. I'm not going to get it.
All right, we'll go back to that. I'll give you one chance before we close it. Question 2. On what teen TV series are you can you find Doretta the maid? Dorota the maid.
What teen TV show can you find Dorota the maid?
Yeah.
Oh,
It's a primetime show. I'll give you that hint.
Oh, I don't know.
Nick, you're looking pretty good this week.
This is not good.
3. What 70s show featured a high school teacher with an unruly class called the Sweat Hogs? Oh, that's pathetic. You don't know that?
In the 70s, buddy?
Yeah, that's true. You weren't even alive. What Happy Days character
oh, boy. Okay.
is immortalized as a statue in Milwaukee?
Fonzie.
It's got to be Fonz. That might be the first one.
Well, it is the first one I got. Oh, I can go back.
What character pursued a career as a surgeon after surviving leukemia as a child? What character? You know this. What character pursued a career as a surgeon after surviving leukemia as a child?
So he was a child star?
No, the character in the show survived leukemia and then became a surgeon.
I would assume it's Neil Patrick Harris.
I need the character's
Doogie
name.
Howser.
Thank you. Unfortunately, that's what's referred to when you have to take a poopalada in my house. A Doogie Howser.
That's true.
This is the last one. In This Is Your Brain, This Is Your Brain on Drugs commercial, what is your brain? So they go, this is your brain. This is your brain on drugs. What do they use as this is your brain? You know this trick?
Ooh. I don't know this, no.
Nick, what is it, Nick?
It's an egg.
That's correct.
Wow.
All right, do I even need to add this up? This is
Hold
pathetic.
on.
We're going to give you one more try on the 90210, because that could be the difference. I think you have 2 right.
God, I can picture the freaking
sure
guy
Nick
who owns
does.
it, too, with the pepper hair.
You're going to kick the shit out of yourself.
Pinks. Pinky, no.
You're close.
Pinks.
It's not Pinks. You're so
the
there.
Peach House.
No.
Peach Pit.
There you go.
Nice.
I like Peach House better. Peach Pit.
Peach House, wow.
All right, so Nick, for the first one, what is a Strapdoppel, or whatever the fuck it was?
You had fucking Gogurt.
You answered the Netherlands. The answer was, you answered the UK. The answer was the Netherlands. Number 2, Homer Simpson. What did he eat? You said donut. The answer is donut. What treat was introduced in 1999? You said Gogurt. That is correct. What cookie is also a nickname of a popular sculpture at Villanova? You said no idea. That's incorrect. It's the Oreo. For the animal that's a thermosified creature that some people, you said worm. It's actually a tarantula, which is weird. What color are Keebler elves' hats? You mistakenly said white. The answer is red. Nick got 2 right. Shano.
I suck.
Reached back and pulled out the Peach Pit or Peach House. That's correct.
Peach House.
Number 2, on what TV can you find Dorada TV show Dorada the Maid? The answer was Gossip Girl.
I've never even seen that show.
I haven't either. What 70s show featured high school teacher with an unruly class called the Sweat Hogs? That was Welcome Back, Kotter.
I would have never, before my time.
Yeah. You got the Fonz correct. You got Doogie Howser correct.
Ooh, Sean wins.
Sean, you did not get egg. Nick actually got that for a tie, 3-3. No, I'm just kidding. So you actually win because that wasn't Nick's. You are this week's trivia.
Yay!
And I wanted to call this. I wrote down. What does that say? Trivia idiots.
Trivia idiots. I like that game though.
Trivia idiots.
That's a pretty good game. What I will say for the future, you go out of the room and come back and answer the same questions.
Really?
Well,
Why don't we do?
Because think about it.
You want to do that right now?
You've had trivia. You've heard trivia on radio before, and that's always what they do. They send them out of the studio and come back. Yeah, because it's not really a fair comparison to mix up.
How well do you
subjects.
guys know Sesame Street?
Oh, we're gonna do this now.
Sesame Street, really?
No.
Let's save this for another time. If you've got to go soon, then let's save that for another time.
All right, we'll do it next time.
But let's plan on that. I like that bit.
All right. Congratulations, Sean. You're this week's trivia idiot. Or actually, that would be Nick because he lost.
Thanks,
dude. You did nail Gogurt.
I did.
Yeah. I think you had tougher questions, I have to say. We tease him a lot, but we got him on the spot. You're famous, you're ticket
Speaking of
out.
Potter.
Welcome back. Hey, can you leave this song on, pull up Welcome Back, Kotter, Gabe Kaplan, I think his name was. Hey, does this guy look like Mark Bedard or what, Sean?
This guy?
Yeah, do they have a picture of him? Mark, look at.
Oh my God, yeah.
Doesn't it?
That, yeah.
I used to call him Kotter all the time. On the spot, welcome back. You know who got his start on that show, Welcome Back, Kotter?
No.
John Travolta.
Really?
Vinny Barbarino was his name.
Hey, it's a Vinny Barbarino.
Vinny Barbarino. All right, well, that was pretty fun. What we're going to move into now is our weekly segment that we don't really give a fuck if anyone else enjoys because we enjoy it.
Yep.
But I think other people probably would enjoy it, all 1.5 of our listeners. And that is the Urban Dictionary name. And I am assuming we didn't get any responses to our request for a new name for that, did we, Nick?
Yeah, we did. It said, please don't do radio ever again.
Did someone actually write that?
No, that was just me.
That's pretty fucking funny, though. All right, well, tonight Sean's going to be our little guide through this. Sean, you have a watch on tonight?
I always have a...
The thing's
I
fancy.
I wear a watch at night, yeah. I always wear it to work, yeah. So, yeah, I've got it on today.
Why, does that make you look more professional? Is that...
Professional?
Sean, we have a Code 6
Hold on.
enterprise security breach in Springfield. Can you check your watch?
Hey, this guy's got a watch on. Yeah, let's ask him.
All right, so Urban Dictionary game. Shano, how many words you got for us tonight? Any?
I'm going to have 3 for us tonight.
Okay, so what's our first one?
Okay, our first one is going to be an Ernie. An Ernie. Nick, before you start that, you've got to get a piece of paper to start writing.
Okay.
Well, you were going to start the music.
Wow, dude, he's reading the fucking words and he thinks he's in charge.
Huh?
The Ernie. And that's capitalized. The Ernie.
Correct.
Okay, you ready? Oh, really?
Sean has no eyebrows. Where did they go? There are mine no fucking brows. Boom, boom. All right, the Ernie. A good way to start. The second word, Sean Delaney Francis.
Oh, we're going to do all the words first? Wouldn't you?
Isn't that what we usually do?
No. That's literally, we've never done that before.
Oh, your helmet's got me in a trance. I'm a little confused. All right,
So
the Ernie. I'll go
so
first.
Kev, let's go with you first.
Again, because we were talking earlier about one of the categories being Sesame Street, maybe I was on the wrong path here. Is it anything to do with Sesame Street? No.
Well, what's your
definition?
My definition is banging abroad with your roommate Bert's nose. What do you got, Trick?
Sharing a central tub with another guy, but you're actually straight.
It's like a question.
Ernie.
What do you got there?
Okay.
Is it Ernie from Sesame Street?
I got to go back to it. Hold on 1 second.
Oh. Well, I thought you might know at least if it was Ernie from Sesame Street. Do you guys remember Ernie and Bert?
Oh,
yes.
God.
You remember Bert's beak?
Next time.
It was about the size of Brett Favre's dick.
Sorry, guys. I got to go back to it.
I'm working on
Dude, it's sad when fucking Doug runs the bit better than you do.
I know. Well, he probably downloaded the app. I was not prepared for this.
Oh, all right. We'll give you a pass. What do you got, brother? They're Ernie.
And Ernie, someone who's been tormented from a young age due to having the same name as a puppet.
Oh.
He's good-natured, however, and continues to smile at moronic, repetitive Ernie and Bert jokes. He wears funky shirts and is inventive and passionate lover.
Oh. So can I ask you guys something? Because I'm not as familiar with this Urban Dictionary. It's not all sex shit.
No, not at all. No.
Oh, okay.
Like, you could look up Melrose, and there'll be posts for Melrose, Mass.
Like Melrose.
Because they did Winchester, and I read some, and it was fucking hysterical.
All right. Okay, that helps me a little bit. Yeah. I kind of thought they were all sexual chocolate.
Nope,
anybody
just,
can post
any definition that
want.
you think fits the word.
So I could, yeah, okay, I got you. All right. So I could write, like, podcast potato?
Yes.
Yeah, you could.
A splinter cell of ISIS living in Salem, New Hampshire? Is it?
Okay, are we ready for the second word?
Yes.
The second word is alligator fuckhouse.
Okay, so that's probably sexual.
Not necessarily.
Alligator fuckhouse. I think I've ever written those two words together. All right,
okay,
Trick,
Nick, let's start with you.
It's so ridiculous.
Mine's simple. What do you got, Trick?
All right, read the word, please.
The word, again, is alligator fuckhouse. Please define.
Getting banged by Bobby Boucher while he screams medulla oblongata.
I don't even want to read mine. That was so good. That was a good one. Mama ain't always right. No, what does he say when he...
Mama said...
Yeah, but what does he say? I think Mama's wrong. And he said, Mama ain't never...
Mama's wrong!
And what does he say right before he tackles him? Mama ain't never wrong. I simply wrote, an alligator fuckhouse is an Everglades orgy.
An Everglades orgy.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay.
What do you got?
Hold on, I gotta pull it back up.
Hey, Doug, if you're listening, could you come back and do this bit?
I know, I should have fucking Waited.
We have headphones for you this week, Doug.
Okay, alligator fuckhouse. A daring sexual maneuver. Mid-coitus, one person bites the neck of the other, locks their arms and legs down, and goes into a death roll while maintaining insertion.
Wow.
Used in a sentence. Sally, last night Johnny surprised me with an alligator fuckhouse, and I came for an hour and a half.
Oh, Jesus. The death roll.
The bite might have left a scar, though.
Oh, Jesus. Who put that? Like, so someone just entered that.
Because you're a homo.
One of the greatest lines ever.
So unfortunately, I have not been able to find a third one, so
that's fine.
We're going to skip that.
We can move on. That's fine. Those are... That is always
I reckon I'll move on.
I reckon. And, you know, I know you fans are going to be disappointed we don't have Name That Tune this week. We didn't think we were actually going to get on the air tonight. As we mentioned, Dougie and Greggy. Sorry.
Dougie and Jeffy.
Dougie and the slightly taller Jeff couldn't make it. Do you think they'll listen to this show?
No.
You think Dougie's sitting...
They haven't listened to one yet.
Do you think he's sitting at home with baby Jake on his knee listening to the show?
No.
Dougie?
No.
It's just us watching right now, so...
Let's play a game called What the Fuck Do You Think Doug's Doing Right Now?
I love it. Let's play.
And then after that, we'll play What the Fuck Do You Think Shotgun Jeff is doing right now? So what do you think Doug's doing right now?
Let's see. It's 12:18. I'm going to guess he's sleeping right now.
Yeah.
Honestly.
What do you think?
He's watching Family Guy.
He's watching Family Guy?
Yes.
I think whatever he's doing, he has a hand down his pants. That's all I can say.
I think he has a hand in a potato chip bag.
I think you're right. That is probably a more apt
He
description.
loves late
Doritos.
night nom-noms.
He does?
Yeah.
He likes snack?
Oh, my
Definitely.
God. Do you remember going over there?
Yeah.
And the three of them at midnight would sneak up for a feast.
Well, not without a Jeff Ogre piss first.
Oh, my God. Jeff takes legit ogre pisses.
Does he really?
Yeah, you'll hear him come in. He does his typical Jeff cough. And then we'll proceed to annihilate the fucking toilet with a 5-inch fucking Haagenstein. And it sounds like a fucking hose. And it goes on for minutes at a time. Minutes.
How do you know how big his Haagenstein is?
Just a guess.
Actually, we probably do know.
Oh, my God, yes, we do.
All the videos?
Actually, we do.
Oh,
yeah.
no.
Yeah, we do, yeah.
So, when you come across something that says, you don't want to see this, what is your first reaction?
Everyone would open it.
Right.
Okay, well, we made the mistake of doing that.
And then
4 different times.
It was on his laptop.
Jeff was
you don't want to
desktop,
open
right
this.
on his fucking desktop, too.
No, it was him
Fornicating?
banging this broad.
Yeah, that's fornicating.
Yeah. Well, I thought
Californication.
Well, you originally said masturbating, didn't you?
No, it might have sounded like that because you guys were talking, but I think I've heard that story before.
Yeah, it was not
Did you
pleasant.
ever ask him why he put it on his desktop like that? Because that screams to me, I want someone to see
Well, in
this.
his defense, he posted it under his name, which we really shouldn't have had access to, but we just logged in under his name.
We're smarter than that.
Because he set himself up, long story short, he set himself up as the administrator of the computer, which means we couldn't change anything on the other login, so we had to get his login, and then we saw that.
Was his password computer?
His password was sideburns.
Oh my God. Whatever happened to the songs you guys made?
We still have them.
No,
Do
we
you want to
still
hear
have
one
them.
right now?
Sure, I'd love to hear one right now.
Sure, I will play an unplugged version that we came up with.
Okay.
Is this broke again, I'm assuming?
No, this is the unplugged version of Greggy and the cone-shaped titties.
Oh, this was good.
Yeah.
You're going to hear my guitar.
Dude, you're a hell of a guitar player.
Greggy's got titties shaped like a cone. Billy comes on Thursdays and gives him a rusty trombone. Yeah, it's Greggy and his cone-shaped titties tonight.
Dude, that is some exquisite music right there.
I got to tell you, Broke Again was excellent. Have you heard Broke Again?
That's the play on the Road Again there by Bob Seger? No, what's the name
I
of
can
that
never...
song?
Oh.
It's Turn the Page.
Turn the Page.
It's called Broke Again.
Oh, what do you got him playing in the background? Brilliant.
We spent hours working on this.
And this was the old days when we didn't have all this kind of stuff readily available. We had to use cheap-ass microphone, speakers.
In Davis Square, you can listen to the drunk kids looking for a taxi fare. You can think about the lease that I signed last year.
I love the pause.
Nice break. Couldn't fill it.
Oh, this is supposed to be serious. This is about leases.
Well, this is when Jeff rented an apartment and never stayed there.
Have no fucking furniture in any of the fucking rooms. And you don't feel much like riding.
I got a story about the furniture. I have a story about the furniture.
Vroom, vroom.
Then he bought a motorcycle and it sat outside and eventually got impounded, never to be seen again.
Oh, is Nick joining in here?
It's actually Doug.
Oh, God.
That was the audio engineer.
Dude, it sounded pretty good till Dougie arrived. Oh.
Nope. Doug has his own verse that's coming up.
Oh, leave. Can you? Is it coming right now? Oh, this is going to be gold. Oh.
I think
is this Dougie? Oh, here we... What happened? Oh, here we go. This ought to be fucking gold.
When you walk into the Radio Shack, strung out from the tea, you can feel the eyes upon you as you get back from D&D. You pretend that you're not a geek, so you still
I can't continue. I can't listen to any more of that.
Are you kidding me? That's fucking brilliant. You don't even have to know who Doug is to love that. Hey, at least he's on key.
Oh, we got a secret song, too. That's not on the album.
Oh, shit. Boss is calling.
That's too funny. All right, take it.
I'm not taking a call.
It's an on-air call. Take it.
No, I'm not doing it. Fuck that. This is not a good call. She might have got called in.
All right, well, take the call. Find out if you got to go or not.
I do. I have to go.
Okay.
All right.
It's all right.
All right, what else are you guys going to do? Oh, God.
What is this?
This is an old song.
More great guitar playing.
His name is Dougie. Yeah, his name is Dougie. Jiffy to the lube 4 times a week. When it gets to Sunday, he begins to peak. Bathing in oil and all types of fluid. His boss named Jim says, yeah, you can do it. He pulls out the hose and the prop.
I better go. Should I just say he just left?
Well, then. That concludes another excellent and well put together podcast for the Weekend Water Cooler. We'll catch you in another 2 weeks. I don't have a sheet in front of me to guide me what I'm going to say. So this is what I got to say. My mind's playing tricks on me.
All right, have a good week, guys.
Have a good week, guys. Have a good week and a half. Ooh.